Sometimes the reason anxiety gets so loud is because I am actually staring so hard at what I don't know that I forget what God has already done. Hello, family. This is Saya K, Incarol the Love Guru, and welcome back to another installment of my 365-day devotional journey where I am just simply documenting what God is teaching me through His Word each and every single day in hopes that it encourages you all, maybe, or just one of you, to embark, start, deepen, magnify your own walk with Jesus Christ yourself. Today's study really challenged me to think about Thanksgiving as more than just saying thank you when something goes right. Thanksgiving is actually a spiritual discipline of remembering. So in 2 Corinthians chapter 1, Paul is talking from a place of real suffering. He had been overwhelmed beyond what he felt that he could handle, to the point that he feared for his life. And yet, when he looks back, he can say, essentially, God delivered us before. And because he did, I can trust him to deliver again. Do you hear that? That is such an important shift. That's an important mindset switch. Because sometimes we think that faith means pretending that we are not scared, that we have no doubts and we have no confusion going on. But Philippians 4, 6, and 7 doesn't tell us to pretend. It tells us to bring everything to God through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. That means I can tell God, I'm worried. I don't know what's next. I don't understand how this is going to work out. And in the very same prayer, I can also say with confidence now, but God, I remember what you did before. You see, Thanksgiving becomes evidence. It reminds my nervous heart that this is not the first impossible looking situation that God has carried me through. And then I started thinking about Asa in 1 Kings chapter 15. You see, Asa, he inherited an environment full of compromise and idolatry, but he made a decision that the patterns around him did not have to become the pattern that is within him. He removed idols. He chose reform. He turned towards God. His obedience was not perfect, just like none of our obedience is, but his heart was inclined towards God. And there is where all the difference is truly made. And I think there's something there for us too. There's something for us to get out of that. Thanksgiving is not supposed to make us passive. Remembering God's faithfulness should give us courage to obey him now. If God's been faithful, then I can remove what is pulling me away from him. If God has been faithful, then I can slow down instead of reacting swiftly and quickly or reacting in anger. Proverbs 14 and 29 says that the person who is slow to wrath shows great understanding. I don't have to let fear, frustration, or even uncertainty make my decisions for me. And also, then there is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5 that takes this even deeper. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. That's what it says. Because maybe the deepest purpose of remembering what God has done is not simply to make me feel better. That's not what we're trying to do here. It is to make me love him more. That's the purpose. That's what we're trying to get to. God told Israel to keep his words before them, teach them to their children, talk about them, remember them, because human beings, you know what we do, we forget. And when we forget God's goodness, other things start looking worthy of our devotion and not God. That job, that relationship, those kids, even well-meaning things start becoming unintentional idols. That may be why gratitude is so powerful. When I remember his mercy, his provision, his protection, his forgiveness, his patience, and his love, my heart starts turning back towards him. And 1 John chapter 4 reminds me why I can love him in the first place. Because God is love. I'm not trying to manufacture some artificial love for God out of religious obligation. I'm responding to the God who loved me fully and first. A God who chose me even when I didn't choose him. John 15:16 says, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit." So now, even my gratitude has somewhere to go. It should become fruit. The comfort that God gives me should help me comfort somebody else. The mercy that he gives me should help me be merciful to somebody else. The love that he pours into me should show up in how I love people. And the testimony of what he has already done should not be buried in my memory. It should come out of my mouth. Ellen White wrote about repeatedly recounting God's dealings with his people because we need those reminders. She even described praise as something heaven joins in with us. Think about that. The angels are praising as we are. And I love the idea that when we praise God down here, our thanksgiving is participating in something much, much bigger than our present circumstances. She also described song as a weapon against discouragement. And maybe that is because discouragement keeps telling us to focus on the problem, while praise forces us to remember the provider. So today, I'm asking myself 2 questions, not just one. Question number 1, what am I worried about right now? And after gathering that answer, that leads me to question number 2. What has God already done that proves that I do not have to face that worry as though I am alone? Because Thanksgiving does not mean everything feels good. It means I know God is still good. It doesn't mean that I understand everything, because likely I don't. It means that I remember enough about his character to trust him with what I do not understand. And maybe that is the practice for today. Before asking God for the next thing, spend a moment remembering the last thing that he carried you through. Name the people you're grateful for. Name the prayers that he's already answered. Name the doors that he's already opened. How about naming the ways that he has comforted you when the answers wasn't what you wanted, when you had to take the no? And then let that memory, that list of things, become your worship. Because The more I remember how God has loved me, the more I want to love him with my whole entire heart, my whole soul, and my whole strength. And when I truly love him, gratitude stops becoming something that I just say. Gratitude starts becoming the way that I live. All right, my lovelies, that is it for day 28. I am Cherie, and this is starting at 40, a 365-day walk through the Bible. And if you don't remember many things, then I need you to remember this for sure. I love you. And if no one has told you today, I love you, then I will. I am praying fervently for you. I am praying for your relationships with God to increase. I'm praying for clarity. And I'm touching in agreement with whatever it is that you're working on. And I hope to see each and every last one of you guys tomorrow, Lord willing, to share what God is teaching me next. I love you guys so much. Have a fantastic evening. And thank you for showing me grace. I'm finally caught back up, guys. So thank you for showing me grace. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 29.